okay? I'm just doing a quick live. I'm a little late getting this out. I wanted to post this earlier. I just didn't get around to it. And I'm sure people will see it before tonight's call, but I wanted to do a quick live and tell you about something that was going on and invite you to it if you're free to join. It's at, before I get into that, do me a favor, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, drop a comment, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, let me know that you can see and hear me okay, because I have a lot of tech challenges, and it also helps spike the algorithm a little bit so that more people can find my channel and find this video and find biblical truth, especially the uncomfortable truth. So quickly, I just wanted to tell you about a call that we're having tonight in the Man of Options program, and it might be the most important call that we have all year, honestly. It may be the most important call that we've had yet, and I'm opening the doors to the public, so you're welcome to join this, and I think it's important that every man watching attends this call. And basically it's an annual planning session, how to set up an annual planning session for yourself or for your household for 2026. And the purpose of this is to get everyone into alignment, everybody marching in the same order, everybody very crystal clear about what your long-term goals are, who's responsible for what, and there's weekly check-ins and quarterly. So basically, it's a whole system that I've kind of developed. Previously, I had a nonprofit. I had a parachurch ministry, and I worked with this organization called EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System. And the guy that created it, it was a brilliant piece into the organization. I thought one day I'd like to do this for my family, because it was like everybody's got this, not everybody, but you guys have seen dysfunctional families, and this removes a lot of the dysfunction and it brings clarity to everyone involved. So you literally have, with this system, EOS's system, you would lay out your 10-year goal, like what is the long-term goal, the big, hairy, audacious goal that you want to achieve as an organization, that thing that's almost seems unattainable. And then you would back it up to your 3-year goal, your 3-year target is what they call it, or 3-year picture, and your 1-year target. So you had your 10-year goal, your 3-year goal, your 1-year goal, and they were all in alignment with each other, all the way back to your 90-day goals, your 90-day rocks, they call them. And everybody knew who was responsible for what role they filled on the, what they called an accountability chart, and what roles and responsibilities fell under that. Responsibilities fell under that role, and then you had measurables for each of those roles, like whatever was kind of gave you a pulse on the organization to tell you if you were headed in the right direction. Anyway, it was a brilliant system. And I wanted to do this with my family excuse me, at some point. So I kind of repurposed their whole system and I made it for a family. So tonight we are doing the annual planning session. This is going to be where I'm going to give you the worksheets and teach you the whole system, so that you can, again, whether you're single or you are married with children, you can sit down with your entire family and you could determine all of these things. So you start off by reviewing last year. What are you grateful for? What did you accomplish? What did you not do that you wanted to do? And then gratitude. But then you get into, like, your long-term goals. What is that 10-year goal that you want to accomplish as a family? What is the one thing? Put it into a statement. And then you set up your 3-year goals. What does life look like in 3 years from now? What is our wish list? What is our bucket list, so to speak, for our family? What are the things that we still want to do before we die? And it gets everybody talking and dreaming, and then you list out your family values. What do you stand for as a family? Where you're like, this is who we are. Because if you were to ask different members of your family, what do you guys want to achieve? Like, what is your family about? What are your family values, or what is your goal as a family? If you haven't really talked about this and written it down, you're going to get wildly different answers from each member of your family. So this eliminates all that. And it just gets everybody marching in the same order. So by the end of this annual mission day, which is, probably going to take you about a whole day, but you're actually planning out your next year and even beyond that. Everybody knows what the long-term goals are. Everybody knows your family values. Everybody knows what their responsibilities are within the family. And then what you do is you take that all that work that you did, and you roll it right into weekly, something called a level 10 meeting, where you sit down with your family once a week for 60 minutes and you just go over everything. You go over your rocks, your 90-day goals. How are you doing? Are you on track or off track? You talk about, if you're off track, well, what can I do to help? What can we do to get it back on track? And you set up weekly to-dos. Everybody starts getting, okay, well, this week I need to do this, and everybody walks away from that meeting knowing exactly what they have to accomplish over the next 7 days. And then you discuss issues. There's something called an issues list. And that's probably one of my favorite things about the system, because for a family, all families have issues. And if you can't talk about the issues, which a lot of families don't talk about issues. I'll be honest, my family doesn't really talk about issues. It just gets to like a boiling point, and then somebody blows up on somebody or whatever. It just kind of festers and creates resentment. This eliminates that, because every week you're talking about issues, and you do something called IDS. You identify, you discuss, and you solve. So you identify what the issue is, and you try to get to the root of it. You discuss how to problem solve it, or you discuss it and then you solve it. So it's a brilliant system. So it's literally goes, the annual day rolls right into your weekly meetings, and then every quarter you sit down for about a half a day and you go over everything, and then you set new rocks, you set new 90-day goals. And I'm telling you, it just keeps everybody, at least, you know, the organizations that I worked with that did this, it just kept everybody marching in the same order. And it really kind of creates, you know, it's impossible to hide, because everybody knows who's responsible for what. So you're either doing what you already know. It's not like I could say, well, I thought you were doing that. No, we already know that that's your job. And we wrote it down. This was your to-do. So it's a brilliant, brilliant system. And it's something that I wanted to do, but there was a guy in the program recently that was having some problems with his wife, and it kept, you know, he'll be okay for a while, and then it'll hit crisis mode. Like there'll be, and he'll call me, and I'll have to, you know, walk him through what to do, coach him through it in order to save his marriage, basically. But it keeps going back to this place because he hasn't done some of this stuff. So you need like a regular check-in, a weekly system for going over behavior, you know, and identifying issues, basically. So this is the whole system. I don't know if I did a great job of explaining it, but if any of what I said just now resonates with you, and you're like, yeah, that sounds like something that I could probably use, be on the call tonight. Again, I don't know how many people are going to see this before 8 p.m. That's when we do the call, 8 p.m. EST, Eastern. But it's very important. It's so important that I open the doors to the public, because it's more important to me that you're on this call than it is for me to collect your money to be on the call, because I just really want to help. I want to make marriage great again. It's like one of my direct, definite major purposes in life is to help make marriage great again. And I believe polygyny and saving sex for marriage, two opposite sides of the same coin, do that. But I also want to help people do it well. I want to see people thrive in marriage. And I think this is going to be a great